Welcome to our today's Open Talks. Here at RSA, we would like to welcome everybody to our today's session. We will talk about the Portuguese Golden Visa Program. My name is Pedro Gonçalves Paes. I am the partner in charge of the international operations here at RSA, Raposo Sutil e Associados, a Portuguese law firm. And first of all, I would like to thank you to everybody to join us today. And I would like to say a big thank you to REMAX for all the support with the marketing and communications, and also to the NEXTLAW network, that is a big referral network. We would like to talk today about the special residence permit for investment activity, namely known by the Golden Visa. And this program was launched in 2012 here in Portugal, and it's proved to be a real success. In the last year, since 2012, Portugal became one of the most popular destinations in Europe, and we receive a lot of investment using this type of Golden Visa. So the Golden Visa, as everybody knows, permits to anyone who is not a European resident, European Union resident, to become a temporary resident in Portugal, and then in the end of 5 years could apply for the Portuguese nationality and become a European citizen. So here in RSA, we have a huge experience in terms of real estate matters, immigration matters, and also international investment. We have more than 100 of Golden Visas in our portfolio clients during the last years. And we have also a big network covering the Portuguese-speaking countries, namely Angola, Brazil, Mozambique, Cape Verde, and also Macau. In Portugal, we have office in Lisbon, we have office in Porto, Coimbra, Algarve, and also Madeira Island. Together with me, I have here on my right my colleague Ricardo, Nery, and also Sara, Minhalma, who will help me to present the practical solutions for the Golden Visas in Portugal, and will answer to all your questions if we will have time. And then we can discuss a little bit more. So Ricardo is my colleague here, is the associate, the lawyer in charge of our Coimbra office, of RSA Coimbra, and he has a lot of experience in terms of real estate investment, international investment, and corporate in general. Sara Minhalma is our associate based in RSA Algarve, and with a big experience in terms of Golden Visas, immigration matters, real estate, rental, and local accommodation law. Please, Ricardo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Pedro.
Some words,
thank you, everyone. Basically, it's important to say that Coimbra is a city located in the center of Portugal and is the fourth biggest city in the country, well known by its university. The Coimbra region comprises 19 municipalities, and these municipalities may benefit of a special application regime for Golden Visa purposes. We have our own office in Coimbra, and we are able to advise you and your clients in investments in the center of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ricardo. Now from Algarve, Sara, please feel free to say some words about your beautiful land.
Thank you, Pedro. Good afternoon, everyone. RSA Algarve is located in Almacil, which is easily accessible from Faro Airport by the highway Viaduct Fence. We assist and advise clients in most areas of law, especially regarding the real estate investments, the Golden Visa Program, and other types of obtaining legal residency here in Portugal. The non-habitual resident status, as well as general litigation, asset management, rental and local accommodation, labor and social security, and corporate governance, among other services. In fact, the Algarve is a very popular and attractive destination for real estate investments and the Golden Visa Program also. For many reasons, I can give you a few. It's a safe destination. It provides a very affordable and good quality of life. And besides of that, it's an awarded touristic destination, which means that it's possible to obtain income from property investment. I could continue to speak how amazing the Algarve is, but Pedro, we must move forward with our open talks.
Okay, Sara, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ricardo, again. So, regarding the dynamics of this Q&A session, I would like to explain you a little bit more. The session is open to everyone, and you are free to use the chat box to send your questions. And we will have also opportunity to share with you a guide that we prepared in English and in Portuguese with practical questions, and we can share this guide with you using your email. Please share with us your email on the chat box, and then we will send in the end of the session by email this guide that will be very helpful for you to help your investments and to help your clients to answer some of the practical questions that you have on the day-to-day. And also feel free to, after this session, to send us by email or using our website any type of issues that you have, any type of help that you needed from our side, and you will be very welcome, and we will receive a lot of your inputs, and we will answer properly to them. So, as a kickoff for the Q&A session, we share our flyer, and during last week, we received 3 simple questions by email that we will start answering properly as a kickoff for this Q&A session. The first one, we received this question from China. You know that China is one of the countries that we have a lot of investment, and the people from China are very keen to the Golden Visa. So from China to my colleague Ricardo, Nery, the question is, what are the advantages and benefits of a Golden Visa, Ricardo?
Well, thank you, Pedro. Golden Visa holders benefit from a series of advantages. First, they can travel and circulate freely around Europe and Schengen area. They can enter in Portugal without the need of a visa. They can extend its golden visa to family members. They can obtain a permanent residence or a Portuguese nationality in some requisites, and they can benefit of a lot of tax benefits because Portugal offers a favorable tax regime for foreigners who wish to become a tax resident in the country. So we have a package of benefits that in fact foreigners, individuals can benefit from applying of a Golden Visa in Portugal.
So thank you very much, Ricardo, for your answers. So we receive another question, very important, and this question came from Turkey. So to Sara Minhalma, please, what type of investments qualify for the Golden Visa Program, Sara?
Thank you, Pedro. Well, law number 23 of July 4, 2007 establishes 8 types of investment which can be made personally or through a commercial company incorporated in Portugal in the name of the investor. I will start to speak about the 2 types of real estate investment we have provided in the Portuguese law eligible for the Golden Visa application. The first one is the purchase of real estate for the minimum amount of 500,000 euros. This is probably the most chosen investment type to apply for a Golden Visa in Portugal. I must say, and this is very important, that this minimum amount of the investment can be reduced by 20%, meaning the minimum investment will be only 500,000 euros if the real estate investment is made in a low density population area. What is a low density population area? Is an area with less than 100 inhabitants per square kilometer, or with a per capita gross domestic product of less than 75% of the national average, according to the official statistics. Now,
Sara, sorry to interrupt you, just to clarify. I was saying in the beginning that in fact in the central region of Portugal, we have a lot of municipalities, towns, cities that in fact benefit from this exemption of low residential areas. So they can have special regimes for the application of this golden visa. Sorry to interrupt you, but was just to clarify in relation with the center of the Portuguese country and the 19 municipalities that in fact can benefit of this special regime.
Yes, and also almost the Algarve is also a low density population area, which is very attractive. Continuing, the purchase of a property in Portugal is usually completed with the granting of a public deed at a notary. Of course, it is also possible to purchase a property with the purchase and sale contract with authentication term made by a solicitor or a lawyer, but I will stay with the public deed, okay? So after the granting of the public deed, the applicant's name will be registered in the property documents as the new owner. And only after this step, it is possible, and the investment is completed, it's possible to apply for a golden visa. However, and this is a situation that many people don't know, it is possible to apply for golden visa before the granting of the public deed with a purchase and sale promissory agreement if the applicant pays the minimum amount of 500,000 euros as down payment. For that, it is also requested the request of the provisory registration of the applicant's name as the owner in the land registry certificate of the property. And then the applicant can apply for a golden visa. Of course, this is only for the application. When it's time to make the renewal, it is necessary that the applicant already granted the public deed and the registration of the property becomes definitive, but it is possible. Now, talking about the property itself and the benefits of having a property in Portugal, it is possible for the applicant to lease the property as a long-term leasing or request a short rental license to the city council. And it is also possible to buy the property on a joint ownership if the applicant spends the minimum amount of 500,000 euros. Now, I am asked a lot by clients if it's possible to buy the property and apply for a golden visa with a loan. It is only possible to request a loan to buy the real estate and apply for the golden visa in the part that exceeds the 500,000 or the minimum amount, okay? For example, the applicant wants to buy a property of 800,000 euros. He needs to pay in cash, his own cash, 500,000 euros and then apply for a loan for the remaining amount. This is possible to do, but buying a property with a loan without spending the minimum amount, it's not possible to apply for the golden visa. After the investment is made, it is also necessary to deliver a bank statement, to present a bank statement issued by a Portuguese bank that attests the effective international transfer of capital to the bank account in Portugal, of which the investor is the holder. This is all important for the application. Now, the second type of real estate investment is the purchase of real estate whose construction has been completed at least 30 years ago, or the real estate is located in a urban rehabilitation area, and the applicant must carry out rehabilitation works on the real estate in the global amount of the minimum amount is 350,000 euros. Now, this type of investment has been increasing since a few years ago because it's a little bit cheaper. And everything I said on the first type of investment about the purchase of the real estate applies for this type of investment. Also here, it's possible to reduce by 20% the minimum amount of the investment, meaning it will be 280,000 euros in low density population areas. Among the documents referred already, the applicant must submit at the time of requesting the golden visa the legally required documents that prove the rehabilitation works on the property, and the receipt of payment of the price. Some people ask me, how much do I have to spend in the purchase of the property and how much do I have to spend in the rehabilitation works? We don't have a rule for that. Just the total amount must be at least 350,000 euros. Now, moving forward with the types of investment eligible for the Golden Visa, it is also possible to apply with a capital transfer in the amount of 1 million euros or more. The type of investment can be made through a deposit in a Portuguese banking institution, by purchase of public debt instruments of the Portuguese government, such as government bonds, saving certificates or treasury certificates, or the purchase of shares. The applicant must demonstrate the transfer of this minimum amount legally required by submitting specific documents depending on the type of the investment. Another type of investment is the creation of at least 10 jobs. Here, the low density population areas, it's possible to reduce the 10 jobs to 8 jobs, 20% of the investment. And when applying for the Golden Visa, the applicant must present the individual employment contracts signed with the workers, as well as Social Security certificate attesting the workers' enrollment. And it's necessary to create at least this number of jobs for the minimum period of the Golden Visa, which is 5 years. This is easily done if the investor incorporates a company here in Portugal. Moving on with the types of investment.
Just a little thing, Sara. Our colleagues and friends, they are asking us to speak a little bit more slowly, okay?
Oh, sorry, because I have so much to say.
No, there is no problem, but they are. Also, one of the things that they are asking is if we can share with them the materials with this presentation. And as I already mentioned in the beginning, we will share with everybody who is in this session our guide that we prepare special for this session with the support of REMAX, the guide in Portuguese and English with all the questions and all the answers related with this session and all the questions that you will have in the future when you are advising your clients. Please don't worry, just share your email address in the chat box and we will send everything to you in the end of this session. Thank you very much.
And also, if you have any doubt that we cannot attend because this is 1 hour session, please feel free to send that doubt by email to us and we will be glad to answer and clarify all your doubts, okay?
Okay, Sara.
Okay, we have another type of investment provided by law, which is the capital transfer in the minimum amount of 350,000 euros applied to research activities carried out by public or private scientific research institutions integrated into national scientific and technological system. Here it is also possible to reduce by 20% the minimum amount of the investment when it's carried out in a low population density area. And without prejudice of other legally required documents, the applicant must submit a statement issued by a public or private scientific research institution integrated in the national scientific and technological system, attesting the effective transfer of capital. We have another one, which is the capital transfer in the minimum amount of 250,000 euros for investment or support the artistic production, recovery or maintenance of the national cultural heritage. I know that in May, the Immigration and Border Service, which we call SEF, approved the first investment of this type in May 2021. So was the first one. In particular, the applicant must present a statement issued by the beneficiary entity, attesting the effective transfer of the legally required capital, as well as a statement issued by the Cultural Strategy Planning and Evaluation Office after hearing the service from the area of culture with attributions in the sector, attesting the nature of the investment or support to the artistic production, recovery or maintenance of the national cultural heritage. So it seems quite simple, 2 statements among the other documents required. Here it is also possible to reduce by 20% the minimum amount if it is made in a low density territory. Another type of investment which it is also very requested at the moment, it's the capital transfer in the minimum amount of 350,000 euros, intended for the acquisition of investment units in investment funds or venture capital funds, dedicated to the capitalization of companies which are incorporated under the Portuguese law, whose maturity at the time of the investment is at least 5 years, and at least 60% of the value of the investment is made in a commercial company based in Portugal. Specifically, the applicant must present for this to prove this type of investment a certificate proving the ownership of the participation units free of charges and issued by the entity that is responsible for maintaining an up-to-date registration of the participation unit holders under the terms of the law, of course, the respective management regulations or contractual instruments, as well as a statement issued by the management company of the respective investment fund, attesting the viability of the capitalization plan, the maturity of at least 5 years, and the application of at least 60% of the investment in commercial companies based in our country. Finally, the last type of investment provided by law is the capital transfer in the minimum amount of 350,000 euros, intended for the incorporation of a company located in Portugal, combined with the creation of 5 permanent jobs, or for strengthening the capital stock of a commercial company located in Portugal, already incorporated, with the creation or maintenance of jobs, minimum 5 permanents again, and for a minimum period of 3 years. Now, when I spoke about that type of investment that the applicant must create at least 10 jobs, they were not permanent. It means that here, for at least 3 years, the workers cannot change. The type of documents that the applicant must present is a certificate proving the establishment of the commercial company with the minimum share capital of 350,000 euros, an updated commercial registration certificate, and the contract through which the acquisition was made, indicating the respective amount. In case of acquisition of a shareholder of shares, the applicant must present an updated commercial registration certificate attesting the holding of the share and the price. These are, in general terms, the 8 types of investments provided by law that are eligible for the Golden Visa in Portugal. Pedro.
Sara, thank you very much. It was very nice hearing from you. So I have here another question. Now it's my opportunity to say some words. This is a question that I received from Russia, and the question is something that the people also is asking to us on the chat box, and is related with the change. What are the change to the Golden Visa regime that will take effect from January the 1st, 2022? So everybody is asking what will happen after the 1st of January, what will happen with the program, with the Golden Visa program, and so on and so on. So as you know, last February, the government approved a decree law. The decree law was the decree law 14 from 2021, from 12th of February. This decree law implemented some changes, and the changes are related with two different aspects, two different issues. On the one hand, we will have the change on the minimum amounts that are required for some types of investment that will be increased, and some of the type of investments that Sara explained very well. We are talking about, in case of capital transfer, we are talking about 1 million that now is increased for €1.5 million. For the transfer of capital that is applied to the research activities, we are talking about something that was in the past of €300,000. Now it will increase for €500,000 for €500,000. So related also with one of the aspects that Sara explained, related with the acquisition of participation units in investment funds or venture capital funds dedicated to the capitalization of companies. Also, the minimum value was increased from 300,000 to $500,000. Finally, regarding the transfer of capital for the constitution of a commercial company that is headquartered here in Portugal, combined with the creation of 5 permanent jobs, also for a minimum of 3 years, it's necessary also to invest also $500,000 instead of the 300,000 euros. On the other hand, this is the minimums that will change it, that will change it. So on the other hand, we will see some changes on the type of investments on the real estate. So, and that will suffer, it will be more restricted. And we are talking about properties acquired for housing only allow access to the Golden Visa region if they are located in Madeira Island, Azores Islands, or in the interior territories. So, therefore, the properties investments for housing carried out in the large cities like Lisbon and Porto, as well in the coastal cities and areas, are excluded from this regime. So this is a big change. We will see that for housing, this will have impact on the real estate market.
And this, sorry, Pedro, this already answers to Marco Silva clarification put it on the chat. In fact, he asked how much will the minimum value be. We will not have minimum value for acquisition of houses, except for the zones where Pedro referred, islands and interior countries, okay? Interior zone of the country.
Okay, so a part of the restriction on the housing, on the real estate dedicated for housing, there will be no restriction on the real estate investment made in the Portuguese territory when the properties are intended for other uses permitted by the law. We are talking about like commerce, activities, services, or industry, like logistics, like commercial establishments, office, co-working spaces, tourist apartments, this type of services that are the real estate services that are related with the investment are not under this restriction. Also, as Ricardo referred, the investments that are during this year will not be affected. This only will take place after the 1st of January of 2022. So during this year, the things are like in the past. There is no changes. After 1st of January, we will see these changes. Also, it is important to see that after January 2022, as Ricardo also mentioned, the minimum amount will not suffer any changes when we are talking about investments in real estate for houses. Okay, it remains the same amounts. So now we finished the questions that we received during last week and the other week. We will put live some of our colleagues that already asked to put some questions. We have from Cyprus a colleague named Tel. I don't know, Tel, are you there, please?
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Hello, Tel.
Hi guys. The first question is why investors choose Portugal? And my second question is what are the requirements that an investor must fulfill to maintain a golden visa?
Okay, Tel, thank you very much. For the first question.
Thank you so much, Pedro. Thank you.
Okay, all the best for Cyprus. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Ricardo will answer to your first question, then Sara will answer to the second question.
Well, thank you, Theo. Well, first of all, because of all the benefits I already referred above, Portugal is a highly competitive country under the golden visa regime when compared to other European countries. Then we are the fourth safest country in the world. We have a good Mediterranean climate, nature beauty. We have a national health system that works very well. I would say that better in most of our competitors in these programs. And last but not the least, we are dealing very well with this COVID crisis we are facing. So I would say that a foreign individual would like to rely in Portuguese healthcare to move to Portugal and to live, even because we are in fact dealing quite well with the COVID, with the vaccination. So I think Portugal in fact is one of the best countries for a foreign to invest in these golden visa programs. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you, Ricardo. Now, Sara, please answer to the second question of Theo, please.
Of course, slowly. Well, about the requirements that the investors must fulfill to maintain a golden visa, there are, among others, two very important requirements. The first one is that the applicant has to maintain the investment for a minimum period of 5 years. Okay, during the 5 years, the investor cannot spend 1 day in Portugal without the investment made. Otherwise, it will lose the golden visa. I am asked a lot by clients, can I sell the property and buy another one and continue to have the golden visa? Yes and no. This must be done very carefully. It must be done this way. First, the applicant must buy the second property for the same amount, imagine 500,000 euros or more. Cannot buy a property for a less price than when he bought the first one. And only then, after having the second property, can sell the first one and it will not lose the golden visa. So this must be done very carefully, okay? You cannot sell one property to buy another one and then continue to have the golden visa. This will make them lose the golden visa. The second very important requirement is that the compliance with the minimum periods of stay in Portugal, which is basically during the 5 years, the applicants must be in Portugal 7 days per year. But for example, 14 consecutive or interpolate days in the first 2 years, and 21 consecutive or spaced days in the 3-year period of the renewals, because from April 2020, the dates of the cards changed. So when the applicant applies for the golden visa, it is valid for 2 years, and then it's renewed each 3 years. So basically, it's 7 days per year. These are the most important requirements that the applicant must comply in order to maintain the golden visa each time they renew the golden visa, basically.
Okay, Sara, thank you very much. We have here also a question from Macau, China. I think it was Ricardo who sent it, and George. I don't know if they are online. Sara, can you check?
I can check, but we are so many.
Yeah.
But I have the question here on the chat too. I can put the question if they don't enter online. The question is, what are the procedures to be followed to obtain the Golden Visa application?
Okay, I will explain in general all the steps to obtain the Golden Visa and to renew the Golden Visa. For the application, it is previous to the investment, it's necessary to obtain a Portuguese taxpayer number and to open a Portuguese bank account. Since the Golden Visa applicants are not from the European Union, are from a third country, it is mandatory to have a tax representative in Portugal. Tax representation is made usually by accountants. They obtain the Portuguese taxpayer number to Golden Visa applicants, and they also take care of all the tax issues here in Portugal. It's actually mandatory. And to open a Portuguese bank account, because one of the required documents is to request a bank statement attesting the international capital transfer of the minimum amount for the investment. Okay, so after that, the applicant chooses the type of investment and completes the investment that the applicant chose. Then the first step to apply for the Golden Visa is to submit an online application. There is a website, a special website for that purpose, with the legally required documents, and the applicant must pay also in the moment of the online application the analysis fee. Only after we receive the online application approval, it will be possible to schedule an appointment at the Immigration and Border Service, which we call CEF, because the applicant must go and deliver all the required documents, and also to take and to collect the biometric data of the applicant. Okay, then we have to wait for the final approval, which can take a few months. Unfortunately, with COVID, everything is very delayed right now, so we have to wait a few months for the granting of the Golden Visa. But once we receive the final approval, the applicant must pay the final fee to the Immigration and Border Service and wait for the issuance of the residence permit. This is for the first application. For the renewals, to request the renewal can be requested, it can be made between 90 and 30 days prior to the expiration date of the card. And the procedure is more simple. We have to make an appointment again with the Immigration and Border Service to deliver all the documents legally required for the renewal. And also the applicant will collect again the biometric data. The analysis fee is paid in the moment of the appointment, after take the biometric data. And then we have to wait again for the final approval of the Golden Visa renewal. Once we receive it, the applicant must pay the fee of the final approval of the Golden Visa renewal and wait for the issuance of the residence card. Basically, the renewals procedures are all the same, is what I just said. These are, in general terms, the procedures to obtain the Golden Visa, very general.
Okay, thank you, Sara. I was just reviewing here the chat, and we have a question from Atol Padel from India, and the same question from Isabel from Portugal regarding with the fees. What are the costs associated with obtaining a Golden Visa? I think, Pedro, that you can reply to this one. You are very familiar to this.
Yeah, it's very easier. We are talking about the fees, the charge in euros. So related with the reception analysis of the application of a Golden Visa concession or a renewal, we are talking about 533 euros. So regarding the reception and analysis of the application for Golden Visa and concession or renewal related with the family reunion, we are talking about the 533 euros, the same fee, so the same amount. Related with the Golden Visa approval, regarding the investor and his family members, we are talking about a fee higher. We are talking about 5,325 euros. Then at last, as the renewables related with the investor and the families members, we are talking about 2,663 euros. So this is the administrative fees, and this is the official fees from the services. This is not include the lawyer's fees, as you probably will understand.
The lawyer fees may vary depending on the type of investment, and we have our own the budget depending on the type of investment for the individual who wants to apply.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I must warn everyone that these amounts are updated each year. Okay, so it's possible that change a little bit this year and next year, but it's more or less these amounts that Pedro spoke about.
Okay. We have another question here from Carlos Farrajota that says, after the end of the year, can you still create a property-based fund that holds several apartments in Lisbon and buy the ticket of 500,000 euros instead of 350? Yes, because you are buying the participation unit in the investment fund. You are not buying an house. That's why the change is related with the amount to be invested, but it's still possible to buy the ticket, not for 350, but now for 500,000. So this is possible under these terms, Carlos.
Okay, so I think we can maybe give the floor to the people that raise the hand and would like to put the questions live.
But in the meantime, we have a question from José Cabral asking if until the end of the year, it's possible to submit applications under the current regime. Yes, it is possible. So these changes that we are talking are only applicable in the beginning of the next year. So 1 January 2022. So until 31 December this year, it's still possible to submit applications under the current regime, okay? So imagine it's possible to buy a house for habitation, for residential purposes in Lisbon until the end of the year for the application of a golden visa under the current regime.
I think Mr. George Netherland would like to share. Hello.
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 How are you?
I'm George Netherland.
Yes.
Okay,
Hello.
here you are. Nice to see you, Dr. George.
Actually, you have already answered the question that was put forward by Ricardo, my colleague here in Macau. Since it has been answered, and this has been a very enlightening lecture and presentation, I think you are to be congratulated because it's a great success. You had a lot of participants, and we don't want to take more of your time. There may be other participants asking questions, and you may allocate more time to them. So from now, we don't have more questions. I think we learned a lot. We would like also to receive the material. And again, congratulations. And I think it was a very good initiative that you have taken. And I hope that you will continue other successful events like this. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for your kind words.
Meet me again.
Thank you for your participation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
My pleasure.
We have here several questions, Sara, about the situation of CEF and the delays.
Yes.
they ask us if we have any expectation about this CEF situation.
Unfortunately, no. I know there are no appointments since last year, new appointments. What I think is good is that once you have the online application approved, in principle, when they open the agenda, it will be possible to make the appointment. But for now, we have no informative notes regarding the new appointments. So I check every day, daily, the agenda. Unfortunately, I cannot give you that answer. I wish I could.
Okay, good, Sara. We have here also a small question from José Cabal. It says, once the golden visa option through the purchase of a residential property is going to be limited from the 1st of January 2022, is the submission of candidatures under today's regime accepted till the 31st of December 2021?
Yeah, we already replied to that one. Yes, it is still possible until the end of this year to apply to perform applications under the current terms. Yes.
So I don't know if there is anyone who would like to get online live and put the questions. I think someone raised the hand. We have here several contacts from everybody. It's impossible from our side to answer to everything. We will only have more 10 minutes, but we would like to reply to all the questions. We will send it by email, the guide that we have it in English and in Portuguese. But if someone would like to put some question live or something, please feel free. I
think I saw one question regarding the areas that won't have any restrictions for next year. There is an ordinance issued by the government with all the cities in Portugal and all the parishes where it will be possible to apply for golden visa through the purchase of a property for housing. This is interesting to share with all of you. We could send the ordinance also by email. I don't know. I think it's a good option because I don't know all the cities that won't have any restrictions, but the ordinance is very specific.
Yeah, it depends. We need to confirm that because, for example, in the center of the country, in the 19 municipalities we have in the Coimbra region, not all the 19, in fact, are the ones which you can apply for this benefit. It depends on the number of habitants, the number of details that in fact need to be confirmed on that list that Sara was referring to.
Sara, we have here also a small question from Laviana. It asking, how long does it take the entire process? From your experience, what we can answer to this question?
How long it will be?
Yeah, how long?
Right now is unpredictable because there are no appointments. But in general conditions, in normal circumstances, okay, before COVID, and hopefully we will get there after COVID. The application takes after the appointment. The application used to have about maximum 10 months until it's approved. In Lisbon, I believe in small areas like in the Algarve, it's less months. Okay. Usually the applications take long time, and the renewals are about 3-4 months. The application takes a long time. But it is hard to predict now with the COVID because there are no appointments. I cannot give you a number of months right now.
Sara, and I think that the situation will change because with this new amendment of the law, probably foreign individuals, we start looking at interior areas, other areas, which will be much more quick to obtain the golden visa, because until now, 90% of the applications were in Lisbon or Porto. So now I think everything will change a little bit, and we will start having applications in interior small cities, in the interior small towns, and that procedure will for sure be much more quick than we used to have in the
Yes.
city centers.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, I think we have just more 5 minutes. We have vamos lá. We have the Giro REMAX would like to say something or ask, raise the hand, please.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for this enlightening session. My question is to Sara. I want to know, do you have any experience with the Indian applicants? Because I have two clients from India who are currently interested in applying for the Golden Visa in Portugal.
Mhm.
And the second question is regarding the investment. I did suggest to them that probably it would be easier to invest in 3 properties on the price of 350, 378. So I would like to know your opinion towards this suggestion, because I'm finding difficult to find properties on the areas that they are interested. So what is your opinion regarding my suggestion, and what's the opinion regarding the Indian applicants? Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have applicants from all nationalities.
It's important to say that in NEXTLAW Referral Network, we have an office, a law firm associated in India. So if your clients need any support in India, we can support, because this session is supported by REMAX and by NEXTLAW Referral Network, which is one of the biggest law firms associations in the world. So we have 2 or 3 offices in India that can support your clients in obtaining documents, in asking some clarification, wherever. We can advise in India too, through our associated firm, if your clients need you. Okay, just to say this is very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Regarding the investment in property, they are interested in 3 properties for the total amount of 350 rehabilitation works with?
Yes. I can situate you near in Palmela, which is the I don't know if you know the area, is Margem Sul, Centro Histórico Palmela, which have a lot of properties that need rehabilitation. And that was one of the criteria that I used for the application.
Okay. It is possible to purchase more than 1 property, but then you will have to make rehabilitation works for the 3 properties.
Yes. So just to clarify, you made a point on this one that I found very interesting. So the restoration work has to be done before the application?
No, at the same time, at least. Why? Because you need to deliver, when you apply for this type of golden visa, you need to deliver the proof that you submitted, if it's necessary, the plan, the architectural plan of the rehabilitation works, or you need to submit a works contract. So it will be more or less at the same time, not before.
Okay.
Never before. Okay? Because for the renewal, you will need to submit again the works contract, the alvará, which I don't know the translation, alvará of the works, as well as the proof of payment of the works. So this must be done almost at the same time of the golden visa application.
I think.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
But if you want more, need more specific, you just send us an email, okay? And I will try to explain better regarding the situation of your clients or the problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. I think we have the last question. Dilar Pires, please.
You are in mute.
Hi guys. I'm driving, so I'm sorry to be on this situation, but I have one question only. Could the investment be split by 2 properties or only 1?
As many properties as the applicant wishes. So the only thing that he needs to comply is the minimum amount for the type of investment. That's all.
Thank you very much, everybody. I think we will close the session. There is no more questions. Thank you very much for your time. Please, we will send, as I told you in the beginning, we will send to everybody the questions and the answers in our guide in Portuguese and English. Please feel free to contact us at any time with your questions, schedule Teams or Zoom conference calls, whatever you need it. We will be in this office to help you, or in the Algarve office, or in Coimbra office, or Porto, or Madeira, where we have office, even in Angola, in Mozambique, also where we have our associate offices. And I would like to thank you again for the great support from REMAX and all the people that we have, more than 300 people today during this session. It was a beautiful number. I would like to say thank you to Sara, and also to my colleague Ricardo for the support, for the answers. And once again, have a nice week of work and keep safe. And thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you all for attending.
Thank you for your presence.
Thank you.
Bye.
We'll finalize the session now. Thank you.